We're live tweeting this show right now at KUOW. What show is this? It's the Week in Review, live from the Leif Erikson Hall in Ballard. District 6. I'm here with Deborah Wong and Luke Burbank and Chris Vance, and we're going to talk about the Alaskan Way Viaduct. It's rickety, it's ugly, but that view, it's fantastic. Elliott Bay on one side, downtown Seattle on the other side. Now a proposal to sort of save that view has qualified for the ballot. Some people want to use a little one-block remnant of the viaduct as part of a bigger pedestrian bridge along the waterfront, a plant-filled promenade that would be slim and beautiful and safe, and that I mention that view. Why would we build another waterfront bridge? Let's ask the chief proponent, Kate Martin. Welcome, Kate.
Thank you.
I described your bridge a little bit there. Tell us more. What would it look like, and how would we use it?
Yeah, so we just hired an illustrator to give us some images to inspire everyone. It's basically been a planning project so far. But it'd be a really beautiful, single-columned, single-level garden bridge from Pike Market to CenturyLink Field. It would be for pedestrians and slow-moving bikes. It would
So
be
not a gray concrete double-decker?
Not at all. Super verdant. It would basically be like having a green lake downtown. It would be 1 mile long. You could go up there and take a perfectly level stroll with your friends and family, make a 2-mile loop, get your exercise in, and be totally inspired by that 360-degree view.
Kate. Why would we build a new bridge when the old one was dangerous and it was obstructing our view?
That's the key thing. So the conventional wisdom always says when we finally take that viaduct down, we're going to get ourselves a world-class waterfront. But the deal is our waterfront was privatized in 1905 with all those buildings on the piers, so we really don't have a waterfront down there. Additionally, it's a very, very busy arterial with a truck route that Ballard should be very sensitive to, because that's how we move everything along the western side of the city in the industrial areas. So putting this elevated park there lets us have a car-free open space, create 6 acres of land worth over $200 million right there that we create out of thin air for the future of Seattle. And really compare that to the Tide Line Promenade that's in the what I call the unimproved plan for the waterfront. That promenade is wedged between the truck route and the buildings on the piers with a service driveway cutting through it every 50 feet, ferry loading and unloading. It's not a park, it's a streetscape. So let's have a nice commercial streetscape along that boardwalk by the commercial. Get your fish and chips, shrunken heads, ride on the Ferris wheel.
And do not mix those up.
Yeah.
Please.
That's a mistake you only make once.
But don't let them not put something in this deal for Seattle, because that elevated park is what's in it for us.
The city, some folks at Leif Erikson Hall like your idea. The city does not. The city says, for one thing, that we already have a view from the bluff that's above the waterfront. That's why you have to climb stairs down the Pike Place Market. What about the view we have?
Yeah, so in the unimproved plan, you get to go to little viewpoints and remember what you used to have from the viaduct. So instead of that, you actually would have that 1 mile promenade to fully hang on to what you already publicly own.
The viaduct, AKA 45 seconds of terror. As you drive on it and think, what is your plan if the earth starts shaking,
Yeah.
right?
I totally agree. I mean, I can sense that there are folks here who really like the viaduct and like the view from the viaduct. I'm trying to get through it as fast as possible because I know that it's going to fall down one of these days. So
One of these seconds, apparently.
I know. I just have that. I am not enjoying any views when I'm on the viaduct. And plus, I came here to the city when Greg Nichols had termed it the Big Ugly. So I have that as the sort of image in my mind.
Right. Now, to be fair, it wouldn't be as big, it wouldn't be as ugly. And not only that, part of what makes the viaduct shaky, it's unfit for all the cars that drive on it, but we're not talking about a bunch of cars driving on it.
But the studies done when we started this debate said that even if an earthquake happened in the middle of the night with no cars on it, the viaduct would fall down. And unless you're going to spend a bunch of money to seismically retrofit the structure, I'm not going to take my family to this new park.
Yeah, but as I've said on this show before, what a way to go.
Right.
You know, you're surrounded by nature. you're looking at a beautiful view, and then it's all over. We should all be so lucky.
Yeah.
Can't we make people sign a waiver as they walk onto this park?
I like to say, we hired Burrow-Happold engineers, the best bridge engineers in the world, to do a feasibility study for us. They did tell us it wasn't a good idea to try and really retrofit the viaduct for this use. They told us the best thing to do would be to build a brand-new garden bridge with a single column with piers that go over 150 feet deep below Alaskan Way. It would be the last thing standing in a seismic event, and we would all go remember what used to be down there. It's not about saving the viaduct. We're not saving the viaduct. We are building a brand-new garden bridge, just like they're doing in London, just like they're doing in DC, to give us an absolutely first-class open space. That's our proposal. We do have a little slice of the viaduct by Pike Market, a real cool architecturally interesting section that's incorporated, but it's less than 5% of the park is old viaduct. It's a beautiful, iconic, brand-new bridge that we can all enjoy.
Oh, that's very different.
Oh,
Yeah, if the people of Seattle want to, I guess, tax themselves to do something like this, great. I mean, as long as it also doesn't interfere with the state highway being built in the tunnel someday slowly through the downtown Seattle.
your premise, Kate, is that we're going to miss that view when it's gone. Unlike you, Deb, I really do enjoy the view. I like the looking on my left. I like what the city looks like. I like what the old
Feels
city
like
looks
you're
like.
in a Lexus commercial. When you're driving on the
does,
top
yeah.
part of it, you're like, yeah, it's all working right now.
And oh my God, the view on the right. I'm going south now in my mind. Sometimes I'll just pull my car over and just admire it.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, that was me, yeah.
Causing that traffic
Sorry about that.
jam.
But your premise, Kate, is that we're going to miss that when it's gone. So couldn't we just give it a little while? Just live with the new no pedestrian garden bridge plan and see how much we miss the view and what that bluff peak is like?
Well, here's a really interesting thing. So this project adds no money to the budget for the waterfront. This improved plan modifies a couple things about the existing plan with improvements and takes a little bit of money from here, a little bit of money from there. So it costs exactly the same as the other plan. The budget.
On the line with us is the people from there
Nah.
who you just took the money from. Yep.
They're like, no, nothing for the people, no view for the people. We're not going to do a view for the people. So basically, it's the same funding pie. The money will come from exactly the same place. It's the same project, but it has 5 key improvements in the plan, and one of them is harmonizing this elevated park into the picture. The world is in love with elevated parks. There's 14 cities across the world planning elevated parks. Started with Paris in the 90s. Of course, the High Line, everybody knows what happened there. Chicago's opening one, Philly's opening one, London, DC, places in Asia. This is something, we missed the boat when we started it before the world had fallen in love with elevated parks we got going on this waterfront plan. With this Bertha delay, it is an excellent time to just get this thing in there because there's really something for Seattle in this plan.
Kate Martin, thank you for coming on and talking about it. Do you have a name for this thing?
For now, we call it Alaskan Way Elevated Park. It'll, I'm sure, have a very catchy name in the end.
Work on that. And we might not vote on it until, it could be February, it could be next summer. We don't even know what ballot it's going to be on yet.
I imagine it's going to be in 2016, and we're not sure. The council will have 45 days from Monday to let us know.
Be careful, whatever you name it, that the letters can't be turned into a funny word like slut, because that'll really torpedo the project. Just think on that.
So true. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. This is KUOW's Week in Review.